to 27 Degrees Sag. I'm your host, Kim Lalo. I'm an astrologer, a psychic medium, and also a feng shui consultant. We are here this evening waiting for our wonderful fill-in guest, Mary Carmen. We had Jewels Rafter all scheduled to come on the show, and I know that you were all waiting to see her. Unfortunately, she has an emergency that she needs to tend to immediately. So if you do want to put your hands together and say a little prayer that everything is okay and everything comes out great, that would be awesome. In the meantime, we have a wonderful gal. Her name is Mary Carmen. She's an intuitive. She's a card reader. She's a teacher. She's a speaker, and she is jumping into the seat. So as soon as she comes on board, we're going to go ahead and put her right through. In the meantime, I want to thank everybody for coming along with me this evening. You know, it's one of those things when you do live radio, these things happen, and I prefer it actually. My landscaper just showed up for some odd reason, and you can never, I know, you can never find out what's going on. So here it is. She is trying to get on right now. So I think what I will do is just take 1 second and make sure that we have the right link to show her. Hold on. A lot of times this is what happens. So what we're going to do is switch over here, and I'm going to try to do a little guidance for her so she can get the link to come on in. Hold on, we'll be right with you. Hold on, be right with you. Let's do this, and perhaps we can get her on. Lickety split. Thank you so much for your prayers for Jewels, and I believe it had something to do with her fiance. So yeah, so Mother, Father, God above, let's take a moment and just send our wishes and our best intentions and our prayers for Pierre, that he is okay, and she's rushing off to the hospital immediately. So hopefully we are going to hear from her soon. I do not think it's too serious, but serious enough where she's going to have to go ahead and reschedule the show. So I hope that all of us can get our bearings here as Mary jumps on and comes to the rescue. I just wanted to let you know that this is wrapping up our wonderful month of June, and what we have is Venus. Venus is the love planet, and it is gone into Gemini today. So, when Venus goes into Gemini, it's one of those things where, you've got this amazing inspiration to call somebody or chat with somebody or do some things in pairs. It's almost like you don't want to, do things alone. Gemini brings out the chattiness in all of us. They're great conversationalists, and and they have good vibes, and they really are social little butterflies. So you may be turning into, in the next week, someone who is actually accepting, more invitations to go places and really becoming more social. Another thing that's funny, but when we go into this Gemini vibe that we have been into, it's almost like we are drawn to things that come in pairs as well, because, Gemini is the sign of the twins, right? So anything to do with shoes, you may be looking for new shoes. You may be looking for, or you may just find earrings that are irresistible. Or you may just, go shopping and say, I love this. This looks great on me. I'm going to take it in blue and pink. And also, it's one of those things too, where a lot of times we have uh, a chance of a lifetime to meet our twin flame. So the stars are lining up, especially for the sign of Sagittarius and some of the fire signs, Aries. The moon is in Aries today, but there is a big push and a big inspiration coming up because Gemini, what Gemini is an air sign, and it fans the flames, right? So I thought it would be a perfect time for the love coach to come on and kind of get those sparks rolling again, and she will be back. So never fear. Yeah. I think also a lot of times Geminis try to lighten up the atmosphere. And so if you're going through anything that's a little bit heavier, or perhaps you're studying for something, and you've got an exam coming up or a job interview, it's always good to insert humor, because Gemini is the best at inserting humor into any kind of conversations. And they're great entertainers as well. So they're good storytellers. They love to tell jokes. They love to tell conversations that they've heard. They pick up bits and pieces, from the television or from radio or podcasts or the written word, and they blend it all together and they tell it back to you in this modern way of doing things. So it's one of those kinds of things that is very entertaining. And she is saying, okay, the link is not working again. Well, we'll have to send it off again to her and make sure that she is getting this. And I hate to do this to everybody. Hey, Julie. Hi there. Hey, Bill. Hey, Mac. Yeah. Hi, everybody. How's it going? Sheila, hello. Thanks for coming into the chat room. And Vandana is here too. She's happy to join today. We are praying for Jewels and her fiance Pierre, as they've had an emergency, and they are in the hospital at this particular time. So I'm going to just try to get Mary on one more time and see if we can do this very quickly and send her the proper link of where she's going to be getting this in. Hopefully we can do this. Here we are. We're going to give her the link one more time. She's having a hard time as well. So we'll go here, see if she can get in that way. Yeah, she was kind enough to jump in. She's just trying to get through the passcodes here. So how's everybody feeling? We're bringing this wonderful summer energy into the Northern Hemisphere, and also the winter into the Summer Hemisphere. But when we change, when the shift comes about, where we really notice it with the Schumann resonance, and I'm sure that you have seen this before, there is a huge amount of energy needed on planet Earth to shift into these different seasons. And so what we have is we've got this beautiful sun that's moving, has moved into Cancer to get us through the summer solstice and also the winter solstice on the Southern Hemisphere. But this particular push, there's a little bit something going on, a little bit more energized than usual. So if you are feeling, and this is something that, if you're feeling that foods that you have eaten for a long time are not settling with you, if you are feeling that your eyes are dry, itchy, and tired, these are some of the symbols that this particular, I want to say, power surge is actually really happening. So when we have this particular summer surge, we are really kind of enlightening or bringing to fruition the South. The South is the fame, it is the fire element. It is needed to bring about the summer season in the Northern Hemisphere. And so what happens is the South is ruled by, it rules your eyes. So if you don't have enough sleep, or perhaps your eyes are feeling very tired, you may be able to purchase some blue glasses for your computer. But you can go to sleep and you can wake up 8 hours later and your eyes are still going to feel strained. And I just want you to know that if you have any type of clutter, any type of like windows or doors or something that needs repairing in the south of your home, good feng shui is that the south part of our house rules our fame. And so I want to make sure that everybody's, clear there, that we've got our windows washed. They work properly. Your screens are good. You don't have a lot of clutter in that particular area of the house. And that, yeah. And if you do, it's okay to go ahead, clear everything out, and make sure that you use water as well to kind of clean things out. So that kind of balances it out. I'm trying to get Mary on. I don't know. I haven't heard, so I don't know what else is going on with her, but I am, let's see, I sent it again for her. I know this, this is live, so, oh my gosh. I know this is live, so we'll try it again and see if this works. All right. All right. So if you have any questions for me, I'm going to answer your questions psychically and also with cards this evening. We're going to have a little super room chat here so that we can go ahead and get everybody's questions answered. I'd really like to get her on, and so that she can participate in this as well. And see if we can, there we go. See if we can do another link for her and work that. So try this one. See if we can try that one. Okay. All righty. Okay. So everybody says great. Okay, perfect. So what I want to do is take some time out and let's make an intention about what we would like to accomplish, what we would like to do, what we would like to visualize, what we would like to see, because of this fiery summer that we're going to be having. We are going to be using the South. And okay, here come the questions. I love it. I absolutely love it. Here we go. Okay, let's take a look. So what does it mean to have the moon at 29 degrees Scorpio? Okay, so 29 degrees Scorpio. Anytime that you have 29 degrees, let's talk about this, because the degrees are extremely important when you get into advanced astrology. When you have a critical degree, which is 29 degrees or 0 degrees, each sign has what's called 30 degrees inside of that particular sign. So let's just take Scorpio, for example. You have 30 degrees. So it goes Scorpio to 29 degrees. And then you have minutes. So you have 59 minutes within each particular degree. And then it changes to 0 and it'll go into Sagittarius. So when people talk about I'm a cusp or or I have I'm not sure what sign I am. There's Mary. Hi, Mary.
Hey guys, how are ya?
Thank you so much for jumping in.
No worries, no worries.
Thank you so much. I know I was trying to talk and send the link at the same time. And yeah, and we did a little prayer for Jules, and we're going to get her back on. And I'm sure her fiance Pierre is going to be okay, and all is going to be good.
Perfect, perfect.
I want to introduce you properly. I'm just in the middle of explaining 29 degrees Scorpio, and she pops up.
Of
Miss
course it did.
quadruple Scorpio herself pops in, and there she is. So we're going to have a great conversation about 29 degrees Scorpio. We have a question in the chat room, what exactly that means. And I was describing that it's a critical degree. And if your sun sign is at 29 degrees Scorpio, you are at the end of your particular tour of the wonderful Scorpio. But when you get to the end or the very beginning, which is 0, that degree tends to be a super, and I mean super intense critical degree. So you get all of the traits and all of the power of Scorpio in that 29th degree. And so at this particular time, if your sun is there, if your moon is there, it's almost going to be like that planet is on steroids. So you are going to be able to feel, you're going to be able to know, you're going to be able to want to manipulate energy, you're going to want to manifest, you're going to want to feel your power. You're going to have power surges where sometimes it feels like somebody just unplugged you and you go, and then you come back up. You are going to actually look forward to going into Sagittarius. So Sagittarius, that's the ruler of the traveler, the international flavor of the zodiac. They are said to have amazing wisdom and also latent codes that have been in the DNA for eons. And as we're going through this wonderful photon belt, they're going to be able to explode, especially at 29 degrees. So I would say if you have 29 degrees, that is going to be a very intense time for you. You have learned everything there is to learn about Scorpios. You are coming to the end of that particular water sign in your soul's evolution, and you are getting ready to apply the fire. So it can be a little dramatic because, as we know, when you have water and you add fire underneath, it starts to boil, it starts to bubble. And so then we get a little drama going as well. I'd love to show you how that 29 degrees Scorpio is incorporated in your entire chart. So you can book a session with me on kimlalo.com. All right, Mary, you look fantastic, girl. I know that you've just had some challenges and you look like you are glowing. Awesome.
Thank you. I feel like it after, the little trip to the hospital with thinking I was having a heart attack, but it wasn't. It was blockage in my artery, 90%, which they took care of. And I feel like I've got a new lease on life.
I bet you do. Well, thank God for that. That's
Yes,
awesome.
yes,
That is
yes.
awesome. Divine guidance, it's so, it's amazing what they can do now medically. And,
It was. I'm still in shock that you can sit there and watch them do this on a screen while they're doing, putting the stent up your arm into your heart. And it was amazing. But I kept saying, I don't want to be awake for this.
Right.
But they're saying, well, we're trying to put you out, but it's not happening. I think there was so much adrenaline by that time that it was like there wasn't anything that was going to knock me out.
Wow. I'm hearing
But
all
we're
this
good.
music. Did you hear music when this was happening?
I did, Kim. I kept hearing music, and I kept hearing like a choir almost. And
Yeah, I'm getting that everybody was there and everybody was sending you like almost like a sound healing or something.
oh, I love that. I love that. Yeah, I was asking them, can you change the station? Can you change the station? And they're like, huh? It was interesting. It was really interesting, but I figured it was the angelic choir. It was um, to calm me down, enough so for them to be able to do the work. And um, I'll tell you, it heightened everything up again to the point where I feel like I'm back when I had that near death experience before,
Wow.
that everything is, like you said, on fire. It's just your intuition's heightened, your instincts, your senses, hearing, all of it is just feels like it's just been heightened. It's really interesting for me to feel this energies again.
Well, yeah, and the South Node is responsible for a lot of this transition for Scorpio right now because the South Node is in the Vedic astrology and also in Chinese astrology is called the tail of the dragon. And the tail of the dragon is our past karma. And so when it's transitioning as it is now and going through Scorpio, Scorpio is really going to feel it in a way where they're going to be very vulnerable with their health. They're going to be very vulnerable with their finances. And they're also going to run into karmic relationships. So that's
Okay.
what's going on with that South Node taking its tour. And, people always say, kind of off the cuff, I'm getting my ass beat with this tail of the dragon.
I say, hand it to you, not even on a silver platter, just hand it to you.
But you know what? What happens is that you get into alignment again and you get this added strength that you need to go into the future. So, in all of your charts, take a look at what house this tail of the dragon is in going through Scorpio, because that's where it's really going to show up for you.
So tell
So,
me more about this tail of the dragon. What is that? Where
right.
would you find that, and what is it?
Right. The tail of the dragon is your south node. The
Okay.
nodes are a midway point. They're called the nodes of the moon. They're a midway point. The head of the dragon is the north
North.
node, and that is your north compass. That's your north star. That's where your soul is on a mission to head to the north node. Your south node is your karma, it's your past, it's what you know very, very well in your soul imprint, in your natal chart. And then
Mm.
as soon as you arrive on the planet and you start breathing, and the planets start turning, these particular nodes start traveling. And it's interesting because they usually travel in retrograde. But at this particular time, when anybody ever says to me, why am I on the planet? That's the first thing I look at
But
are
their south node.
where the north node is and where the south node is, because you really rely on your south node to get you on your feet and to get you past the age of reason, which is the age of 7. And then you start your journey to the north node. And this is very, very important, especially if you're studying Vedic astrology from India, And they really base their whole astrology charts on the nodes. It's very
Wow.
interesting.
It is. It is. I have never heard it referred to as the tail of the dragon. I just have heard about the north node and the south node. So that's really interesting because that whole energy of the dragon has been in my space for probably the last year and a half. I went on a retreat and their animal spirit or spirit animal was the dragon. And when you said the water and the dragon, I'm like, well, the water dragon, that energy of it, moving things forward, moving them quickly, like water will move, over barriers, under, around it is, another piece of that. And I thought about how that is affecting people too at this time. When you have barriers thrown up, are you going around it, over it, or are you beating your head against it, kind of thing. So interesting, very interesting.
Yeah, it is very interesting. The celestial animals in Chinese astrology are also something to know. And the dragon rules the east. It is the most powerful celestial animal there is.
Mhm.
And the year 2022 is the year of the tiger. And the year of the
Right.
tiger rules the west.
Oh, east and west,
So,
so opposites.
yeah, opposites. So, what do we have? We've got war.
Conflict.
We've got conflict. We've got, yes, we do. And that's the energy that we are actually experiencing now. Can we change that energy? This is really important. Everybody says, oh, we've got free will, free choice here on the planet, which we do. No one talks about, no one talks about, the outcome or the results and what you choose. But
Mhm.
we can turn the energy upward so it doesn't come, or we can change it going downward into planet Earth.
Oh, there you go.
Upward tends to dissolve that energy. So if you want to, if you are in the space where you have a group and you're doing a meditation for peace and harmony, what you actually would really serve the planet is if you take that energy and send it up this way, so that you dissolve any type of combative energy and then send it back into the ethers to be reassembled,
There you
be
go. Yeah, transmuted back to the light.
transmuted. Exactly, back into the light. Well, being a Scorpio, now you've got 4 planets, right?
I've
5.
Yes, my mother was very frightened when I was born. You're either going to, yeah, be that Scorpio or the eagle. And I went through my Scorpio years, but I feel like I've reached now that higher knowledge, that wisdom that comes with all of these trials. Everything with Scorpio is that duality, the Mars and the Pluto, or the water and the fixed sign. And I knew that the scorpion and then the eagle, or the phoenix rising even, is part of that persona of the Scorpio energies. And right now, like you're saying, with all this new energy coming in with the new moon too, it's kind of projecting or propelling us forward, um, to look deeper, possibly too. I mean, that's a real good trait of the um, Scorpios. It's a research, looking into things that are even taboo, things that are not talked of, things that are hidden. And we've been seeing this for the last couple of years, bringing things to light, shedding that light on the very darkest of spaces. And that's where the Scorpio energy comes in as a blessing, you know, digging deep, finding those truths, finding those answers to, what you're seeking right now. So
Absolutely. Yeah, they are great investigators. And because Scorpio rules the reproductive system, there's a lot of emphasis on the power of transmuting how power is used through the reproductive system, through sex, whether it is a manipulative type or also, as you can tell, what we're going through and what we're seeing is manipulating genders
right.
through the reproductive organs. So it's very telling when you see the stars. It points to what's going on. I mean, it's like, okay.
I mean, you can't make this stuff up, can you?
You just can't. You can't make it up. You can't make it up.
Oh,
I know. I know. So that means that the north node or the head of the dragon is in Taurus because that's right
the
across
opposite of Scorpio,
the
correct.
opposite of Scorpio. So that's how it lays in your chart. Um, Polar opposites that way. So the head of the dragon is where we make headway, where we get opportunities, where we sort of blaze a trail. The head of the dragon, um, it eats up anything that's in its way. And they say, well, sometimes it breathes fire. It could be a very hungry uh, head of the dragon, and it dissolves things or breaks them up or does things like that. And so, anything that has to do with Taurus traits, and that's the stock market, that's money, anything that provides security for you.
Material
Um,
things, correct.
Material things also has to do with anything makes you feel secure, like your food, your home, your real
Home.
estate, that kind of a thing. So that's kind of what's, the things that are really blocking it, getting it its way, not working anymore. The head of the dragon comes through and kind of clears that way and provides opportunities in that particular area. So, Taurus people, never fear. I know you've been going through a lot of change lately and you hate it.
But they would too. Yes.
But all good things are coming out of this wonderful head of the dragon in Taurus. So yeah.
When we are just going into that fire season here, my youngest daughter is a firefighter in Yosemite, and she's been out on a burn for 12 days now and without any
Mm.
service. And we finally heard from her today. And I'm like,
Oh,
everybody's, oh, this is so great. Oh, this is so neat. I'm like, for everybody but the mom, you know, but she loves
oh,
what
God
she's
bless her.
doing. And they've got some big fires already starting. And that's what
Mm.
I, when you said that about that head of the dragon, the fire, it is destructive, but the growth and the new, beginnings, the new chapters that come after that, I think is telltale of, you know, it has to be taken down or destroyed so something new can be built up. If it's not working, it's not working.
Yeah. Well, we're going to find that out and really see some big changes coming up here, especially in July, when we have the full moon in Capricorn.
Corn.
And that's going to be about government. It's going to be about business. It's going to be about a lot of things,
Institutions. Hmm.
institutions. A lot of things are going to be highlighted, in July as well. So, and there's going to be some changes there. We've got different portals that are going to be opening up in July and August. Um, we've got the Lion's Gate opening up,
Eight,
and
eight.
that's going to be exciting too.
Mm, yes. And my
Yeah.
moon's in Capricorn. I'm like, gosh, don't I get a break here? Here's the first one, the Scorpio, and then the new moon in Capricorn. It's like, we just keep going. We just keep going
You do it so well.
with a smile.
Yeah. Well, you've just been totally reformed. So let's
Yeah,
get
there's
to
that Phoenix rising.
yeah, let's get to some questions here in our chat room. Let's see, what do we have? Hello, Mary Chris. How are you? And the
Oh,
alchemist is in there too. How nice. She says, oh, very intriguing. I love that. So, Vandana, I would like to ask if I will be traveling soon, I need to get away.
her first name again?
Vandana.
Feels like that she's just got like the brakes put on. As soon as you said her name, that's why I wanted to hear it again. Have you say it? The van. It's like it goes to move, and it's like these false starts. Like she's had this opportunity, not even opportunities, but this energy of wanting to move forward, wanting to, go vacation or go travel, and it's like it keeps being a false start, a false start. Um, but maybe that false starts will be taking up or lessening. July, I'm seeing sevens. And that's almost the hermit card, that's shining things on, and like we said, in dark places. But it's almost like it'll be opened up by July. But I feel like there's still going to be some false starts with things. So
Okay.
that was my first take when you said her name.
Yeah. Well,
What are you
that's
feeling, Kimla?
I'm feeling that it's coming as well. I think things are lining up for her. Um, she's been through a couple false starts, as you call them, but I feel like each one is going to kind of nudge her alignment into the proper order that the universe has for her. What's coming for her, I feel, is going to be really sparkly. I get a lot of sparkles around that one, so
And
I'm
by water. When you said the sparkles, I saw by water.
by water. There
Yeah,
you
like when
go.
the sun sparkles on the water, you can see that.
Yeah, yeah. I love to photograph that, especially when they're surfing, when they have all of that going on.
When it's
I also
moving.
yeah. I also want to just kind of say that if there's any kind of conversations that want to start up drama or separation or criticism or anything like that, Vandana, I want you just to kind of say, "Oh, you can think that way, and I can think my way, and just kind of ease on down the road. Don't get involved in any of that." I just feel like that's confrontational is going to come up for you, and you're going to be tested. So just know that when you go into a place, look for the exit door. Down the road very quickly when that stuff starts, because it is going to start. It is going to start. So just so you know, you don't want to have anything to do with that. Okay, Mary Chris, she would love a message if possible, please.
Mary Chris, hello, sweetheart. It's good to hear that you're on here with us. Um, for her, it feels like things are just in the waiting on the wings. I'm seeing like a stage with her. And it's almost like she's getting ready to walk out on stage, walk out there to perform, but she's still in the wings of it. And it's almost like, is she ready to participate? Is she willing to take that first step forward and to be on stage? It's almost like it's time for her to quit playing it small, to take that first step to being seen, to moving forward. But it'd be interesting to see if there is something that has to do with theater that she participates in or that she's thought about. But as I said that, Kimberly, I thought about, yeah, don't be caught up in the drama of things right now, but being able to put the past in the past and being able to take those next steps to move forward and be out on stage again, to be a part of that limelight, to be in that spotlight even. I keep hearing the words though, quit playing it small, Mary Chris. Quit
Yeah.
playing it small. Take those first steps to moving onto that stage again.
Right.
And it doesn't have to be an actual stage. It could be something, a project that you've been working on, something that you've been thinking about. It's just getting into that spotlight of it and moving it forward.
Absolutely. And I'm also getting take your power back. You're
Mhm.
very powerful when you are not self-sacrificing for everybody else around you. So, in order to be the best, to give the best service to those around you, you need to take some time to get your power back and to feel really comfortable in that, because they're going to want some of that extra electricity that's coming off of you, and you need to take some time, kind of recharge, get your power back, so that you can go forward, because I know you've got this huge generous heart, and your heart, it generates this electrical field around you. So we need to definitely recharge you, but you are extremely powerful, and you you can just kind of intuit or drive that intuition that you have and that intention that you have, and manifest just what you want. So believe in that, because that's part of your power, that you believe that you have it, and that you can manifest very quickly, and you can do that. So good luck. Good
Thank you.
luck. All right. We've got Sheila. I would like a little reading if possible, Miss Sheila.
Do you want to go first, Kimla?
You go ahead. I just talked.
Okay. um, Sheila, it feels like there's things that she's working on, projects, and there's a lot of scattered energy right now. And it's time to start focusing on that one project that you know is going to make a difference at the end. Because I feel like the energy keep going out, and it's not making a difference. So, like if you've got something that you know that you're putting your energy into, but it's not going to change the outcome of something, then pull that energy back. Pull your energy back. Just like we were talking with Mary Chris, this is empowering. Instead of giving your power away to others or to other things, even, it's like bring that energy back, because it's almost like it's just seeping out of you. Is this people, places, or things? People that are pulling your energy down, and pull it back from that, because like I said, you can talk to somebody, you can give them counseling, you can go down that road, give them those phone calls. They're not going to change. They're not listening to you either. So if that's what's the case in some of these projects you've got going on, pull back from that so that you can focus your energy on one outcome that you know is going to make a difference in somebody's life, or somebody's, you know, um, like I said, any kind of project that you're working on with them. But like I said, there's a lot of scattered energy that's around you. So pulling it back in, and that's the empowering process of that. Then you can, focus on that one project to make it move forward. That's going to make a difference too. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm feeling that as well. I'm also feeling that if you are doing any kind of work with healing for health, or learning how to direct your energy towards that, keep
Mhm.
doing it. That's really good for you. I've got guides and angels around you. There's a master around you. And I feel like he's got a purple cloak on. And I think he's worked with you before. Um, it could be Hilarion, maybe. I'm not sure. But I feel as though, yep. And I'm getting Archangel Raphael around you too. But I'm feeling that there's something that you're going to be kind of infiltrating with your healing. Don't open the door to, when we talked about sound earlier, open the door to toning and, musical bowls and things like that to incorporate in this healing. I don't know if you're doing that yet, but I do know that your hands have been activated. I don't know if you feel that heat, but you're hot, girl. When you do your hands have been activated, and you've
See
got
the
some.
light coming off of them, even.
Yeah, it's your chakra, and I just feel like there's plenty of work that you can do for that, as long as you are compressed and all aligned yourself. You can do that work, and and they're helping you. They're helping you on the other side. Um, okay, I wanted to say, Mary Chris said yes. What did she say? She said she is on a new stage. She
Oh,
is working on a new
good.
stage. She said, so thank you very much for that.
Well, very
Um,
beautiful.
yeah,
Beautiful.
she's working on a different stage. So thank you very much for that, ladies. Okay. Giovanni, I would like one too, please. Giovanni.
I just had to take a deep breath. There's a lot of energy coming off of this one. Um, it's almost like take a deep breath and slow things down. Um, being able to stand in your power too, but being able to um, either, like I said, take a deep breath, slow things down. Things are just coming in rapidly, and maybe even stepping back away from a few things so that you can see the bigger picture, so that you can be almost like the observer rather than being caught up in all this drama that's going on. Like I said, I just feel like I keep having wanting to take a deep breath. I'm wondering if there's something going on with lungs, maybe even, or speaking your truth. I'm feeling the throat area, the lungs. But yeah, take that deep breath, Giovanni, and really be the observer of what's going on. What is the part that you're playing in it, and what are the others doing? Because you don't have to play in this. I almost said a naughty word that's going on. And I feel like this. So pulling back and looking at things as an observer and going, oh, that's why they're doing that. Oh, I can see why this is happening. And then making the choices that you need to. I mean, I feel like there's a big decision coming up for you. And I feel like if you are taking that deep breath, taking those steps back, you'll be able to make that next decision easier.
I do too. They keep saying, connect to the heart. More
Mhm.
compassion is needed, because sometimes you kind of, um, uh, what do I want to say? Sail over things and, say, oh, just kind of buck up, everything will be okay. But, connecting with the heart, having a little bit more compassion. Um, but I am going to say that there's a trust factor here, and I am going to say that the center of your home right now really want you to put some crystals there and to do some crystal work and meditation in the center of the home. I feel like that portal's got to be strengthened, and that's going to radiate in your sacred space. So if you're doing that, that's great. But they're showing me some crystals that would be um, radiators, that would go out like radiators, um, and that you need to amplify the sacredness around you, because I do feel that there's some trust issues happening there, and it's going to clear up. It's going to clear up after the full moon in Capricorn, by the way, and you're going to feel much lighter and brighter. But I just feel like, I don't know if there was fuzzy numbers going on or what, but there was a little bit of distrust of, or maybe unclear as to what was going on around you that perhaps kind of is creating a block. So I want to make sure that the center of your sacred space is open, it's clear, it's amplifying positive energy so that it can radiate all through you and your
through the
space.
home. Mhm.
Yeah, so you can really do the work you want to do.
Selenite would be a good one too.
That's selenite. There you go. That would be a really good one. That would be awesome. So good luck, Giovanni. Thanks for being in the chat room. We appreciate it. And Sheila said, thank you, ladies. I feel your words. It's like I know, and you all confirmed it for me. I'm so appreciative and know you're right. No, I haven't done it yet, but have actually checked about the toning. Oh, good.
Oh, beautiful.
That's
Beautiful.
very, very good. And
Oh.
Giovanni said, thank you both very much. Now we've got Cindy. Hello, Cindy. Thanks so much for being here with us today. She says, I'm having problems with my siblings. How can it be resolved?
Well, it depends on what level you want to resolve it. Each one of our family members are always our teachers. And another part of that, again, is with you, is being able to be the observer. Why is this person acting like this? Why am I acting this? Why am I being triggered? But they will always be your greatest teachers. You look at each other as that, each one of them as that. Like looking into their souls, their eyes, and seeing, that Christ consciousness. What is it that you need to learn from them? What is it that's, almost the triggers? Why is it a trigger? If it's something that's, from the past, um, letting it go, because time is so short here. Is it worth the trials or challenges that we create ourselves? Or is it easier to look past those and just get moving forward, not bringing up old wounds? Um, One of them is female um, jealousy that really should be let go of. It has no place now. It feels like it's just something that's just been brought up from the past, that it really has no energy behind it unless you're giving it to it. So look at those things, see what it is that you are contributing to it. And then, like I said, looking at each of them with that love, that compassion, and can you learn from this, and then move forward from it. And a lot of family members, friends, people that have been so close in our circles, they're starting to fall away. Whether your vibration, their frequencies are changing or differing, and it's okay. It's okay, even if it's family members, to let some of them go, because you're moving into a new energy, you're moving into a new frequency and area, and some of them won't follow with you. And knowing that that's part of this journey, and it's okay. So look at both of you, um, and the others with compassion,
Mhm.
and knowing that they're here for you to learn from, to grow from, and maybe to move on from. Okay.
Very nice. Very nice. I'm also getting that going to the water for you, Miss Cindy, is really calming, really aligning. And if you are near water, that's your best friend on this one. And what's going to happen is you are going to get to the perspective of seeing their point of view. Right now, it just seems like it's closed off and it's more of a hassle. And oh my God, such a pain in the butt. I don't even want to do it. But for some odd reason, especially for you, when you go to the water, there's like this calming sensation, and this is where you pick up your codes, your alignment, your sense of self. And I feel that when you're by the water, it's almost like you get washed over, and all of a sudden you can see clearly.
Yeah, clearing and cleansing.
Clearing and cleansing. And I feel like you had a lot of universal energy coming into you that perhaps everybody else saw but you. And so they were like, why does she have all of that? You know,
The jealousy. Mm-hmm.
the jealousy, like what Mary said, is definitely part of it. And they're trying to kind of keep you down a little bit. But the universe, had you glowing there for a while and going at it, and you like to kind of cruise on that vibe, and who doesn't? Let's be honest. But people who are close to you sometimes don't want you to go ahead. They want you to go arm in arm with them. So they may be, pulling a little bit of a hucklebuck. It's nothing. It's going to go away, and I think it's going to be resolved through you just seeing their point of view. And if you can't do that now, you will. I know you will. I know you will. Thank you, Cindy. Okay, we're almost to the end. It's gone so fast.
It did go fast.
And how can people reach you, Mary, to get a reading? I mean, you are so fast. You get the information so quick. I know you can help people. So how do they get a hold of you?
Well, they can go through my Instagram page, and that's Heartlight Healer. And also through Facebook, Mary Carmen, it's Karman. My phone number also is 801-803-1865. And my readings are done intuitively and with automatic writing. So, and like I said, everything's been amplified, so information comes in definitely more quickly and with clarity too. So thank you for allowing me to share that too. I appreciate that.
Absolutely. Thanks for jumping in here at the last minute. It was
It
one of those
worked out.
Yeah, it was one of those things where, spirit just, Mary Carmen. I was like, oh my gosh, do I have her number right now? So thank you. We're all so grateful for all of your wonderful advice and your intuition and your guidance. We love that. I just want to say, if you are in the Palm Coast, Florida area, this Sunday, I'm doing an Astrology 101, a very basic class, and that is going to be from 2 to 4:30. And also on July 16th, I'm doing a basic feng shui class as well from 2 to 4:30. It's going to be located at the Indigo Door at 160 Cypress Point Parkway in Palm Coast. Yes, these particular classes are going to be coming online for a big Zoom group. I'd love to get a little heads up on how many we're going to be having. So if you are interested in taking feng shui or basic astrology with me, just go ahead and let me know. And if you're not my friend, please be my friend on social media. And if you like the show, please like, share, and subscribe. I also want to put another prayer out there for Jewels and her fiance, Pierre. And you will see Jewels again. I know you will. And she's our little love coach, and she'll be talking all about this wonderful new vibe and new frequency for romance. It's kind of a new ray that's coming in. So I'm really excited to have her on. So please stay tuned for that. And also my sponsor, really quickly, if you go to freshandalive.com, you can see this little rest shield. It's a home rest shield, and it's absolutely fabulous for dissolving any kind of anxiety, help you to rest. it's breaks down any kind of viruses and things like that, because what it does is it creates scalar energy. So if you haven't learned about scalar energy yet, go ahead and Google it, and then go to freshandalive.com and purchase your home rest shield. And you can put it right by your bed, and it goes out like 20 feet, I believe. So
Wow.
it's wonderful for you. And if you sleep with pets or another human, they get the advantages as well. But my
Yeah.
plants are going crazy. That's all I'm going to say. They're just,
Wow.
yeah, going absolutely nuts. But anyway, Mary, thank you from the bottom of my heart for
Of
coming
course.
on board. And we're going to have you back real soon, where
Okay.
you're not scrambling to get the link and get on, because we
That
love
was okay. It all worked out. I appreciate you asking me on today. And it
it.
did work.
It did work. You're such a spiritual friend of mine, and just so enduring. Thank you. And thank you for reading everyone in the chat room. All right, everyone, if you'd like a session with me, go to kimlalow.com. Until next time, may the angels protect you and guide you. Bye-bye, everybody.